Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. As always, want to give thanks to our Patreons. We couldn't do it without your support over there.
Huge thank yous, guys.
Absolutely exclusive going up later on today. I was trying to make this video and then the computer just froze and locked up, and Cindy was getting information on this 4.1 magnitude earthquake just off the Maine coast. Yeah, 4.1 off the Maine coast. That is kind of weird. And immediately when I asked Cindy about this, what's your impression? And one word came to mind.
Well, the very first thing that flashed in my mind was a submarine.
Yeah, so that's the first impression. Again, she has unusual abilities for a Kali Yuga, not unusual when we get deeper into the Bronze Age. But yeah, this is certainly unusual. Again, 4.1. If you guys remember those quakes off the coast of Florida that they said was ship hull testing, let me bring this up because they're right around the same magnitude.
Yeah, they're around the same magnitude, and there's a lot of similarities. And, when you go with your first impressions and you don't allow logic to creep in, this is generally the information that, people might call psychic, intuitive. But these abilities, they kind of grow and they get stronger the more you use them. The stronger they get. So I do tend to go with my first impressions. I'm not saying that there's anything catastrophic that's in a line for anything. Just, if anything, some sort of testing.
So you can see now, this was actually if I remember right, third time it happened since 2017. That it registered a 3.9 off the coast. And you see here, on Friday, the Navy blasted 40,000 pounds of high explosives underwater near the $13 billion carrier 100 miles off the coast of Florida to test the hull on a new ship. What we got was a BS cover story. And then, curiously enough, did the Navy test in Florida caused the Surfside Tower collapse? And people were asking about that because there was a horrific condo collapse in Surfside, Florida after this experimental Navy blast, which caused, again, a 3.9. Very curious. By the way, USGS is calling this a 3.8. And, I'd be curious to see exactly, let's see, what are they calling this? They're going to give us 10 kilometers southeast of York Harbor. So 10 kilometers is like 6 miles, right, guys? I'm not sure if my translation is right. I think it is. 13.2 kilometers deep, so that might be 7.5 miles deep, something like that, under the surface there. I'm not sure what the ocean depth is there. But this, for me, absolutely feels very, very suspicious, to say the least. What if you were to have some sort of event here that would trigger a tsunami? It could affect Boston, could affect all of New England coastline. Just saying, because in case you missed it, we were talking about the ability. I forget where we were talking about, if it was a Patreon exclusive or not. But the fact that there is technology out there, I think it was a Patreon exclusive, that is both buried under the ground in the South Atlantic Ocean and also can be utilized by using what we would perceive as some sort of satellite up in the atmosphere. So, when you look at it, I did notice a couple other ones. We've had these quakes over by Califan, New Jersey. There had been hundreds of them, hundreds. This was closer over here. This was, Paramus. So this was unusual, but then there also was one that popped up over literally in Manhattan. What was that, about 6 months ago? there's been so much going on. As you can see, this is 30 days. So 30 days looking at quakes in greater New England and into Canada, you can see some activity, but certainly nothing along the lines of a 3.8 to a 4.1. EMSC is calling it a 4.1. Other sources were calling it 4.1 as well. And that 3.9 that you see again that we talked about in Florida, which was right off the coast of like Palm Coast. I used to live over there, St. Augustine area, which ended up happening multiple times. That was eventually attributed to, military, to the Navy doing depth charges. Not originally, not initially, not right off the bat. It took a little bit. But I wonder if this is something military again. Cindy's impression was a sub. We are in wild times. We'll have more videos going up. There's other things we need to talk about, including some predictions by not the Polish psychic, by somebody very different that did also predict that a Trump presidency would lead to WW3. And then we also have some info we want to share about karma in later videos today. As always, guys, looking forward to your comments. Thanks for your support. Couldn't do it without you guys. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.